What's going on, guys? This is your boy FatKat bringing you another video, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in and joining in again. Appreciate the support thus far. As you can see behind me, today we are doing a 2016 Ford Explorer Sport. This is actually our personal vehicle that we've had brand new, so we've had it almost about 2 years now. It's been a great vehicle, man. So I want to actually do a little review on it, man. Show you guys, what how great of a vehicle it is. Pretty much, it's literally the ultimate family vehicle. Not too big, not too small. Literally almost just perfect. Anyway, so man, let me take you guys around the car, man. Get you guys some B-roll. I've learned that recently. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the car. As you guys can see, I got my kids with me. This is Gianni. That's Noah. Remember, like I told you guys before, if you guys don't know, they have their own YouTube channel. It's gonna be on the, I'm gonna pop it up on the screen below. It's called Brotastic Toys and Adventures. As you can see, he has the merch.
Wearing the shirt.
I can't believe I can't. I don't.
Yeah, you left yours at home. But anyway, so yeah, so they have their own YouTube channel. If you got kids, teenagers, and below that like to watch, kids' YouTube channels, they do anything from reviewing toys to also, checking out adventurous things throughout the city that we go and do. And they take their followers along with them. Bless you. So yeah, so they do adventurous things that they take their followers around with them, and also do toy reviews and things like that. So like I said, if you got kids that enjoy those type of things, make sure you guys have them follow the channel below. Also, go check out my other channel. I'm gonna put that down right now. Go check out my other channel. Talk about sports and music and things like that. In my opinion on different things. Like I said, I'm a Giants fan, so right now we're sucking. So I do talk about that a lot. But hey, I can't help it.
Patriots.
This guy. Anyway, so let's talk a little bit about the car. So this is a 2016 Ford Explorer Sport, as I was mentioning. I don't know if you guys can see me, but let me see if I can open this up. Oh, let me open that up. Not that. Yeah, so it's been a good car, man. This is actually probably the ultimate family car because it's not too big, it's not too small. We actually used to have a Ford Expedition brand new. If you guys look at my super old channels or super old video from a couple years ago, when I put that video up, I knew nothing about really YouTube. I just knew I could put videos up on somewhere so somebody could see, how a vehicle looks with certain wheels and stuff on it. That's literally all I did. So, but anyway, we had that car and it was a little bit too big. My wife didn't like it. It was, at that time especially, it was a gas guzzler. Gas was super expensive, so we didn't want, it was too big. So we got rid of that car. We had that car maybe like a year and a half. We got rid of that when we ended up getting Infiniti FX, the FX. And then that car was just too small because it was only, it was only like a 5-seater basically. There was no third row. So we were looking for something else because we got, not only do I have these two, I got him, and then they also have an older brother, a 15-year-old who's actually out playing soccer right now down in Miami. He'll be back later on this evening. But anyway, so we got 3 growing boys, so we couldn't do just a car with no third row seat. On top of that, we got 2 dogs and everything else, right? Well, actually 3 dogs now, but at that point only 2 dogs, and then whatever. So anyway, so we couldn't do that. So we went out looking for another car, and we found this one. Perfect car, right? Because it's not too big, like I said, it's not too small. You got the third row in the back. Like I said, I don't know if you guys can see back there. but you got the third row in the back, and then obviously you got, well, we optioned it with the captain's chairs, so that way you know, you got the kids that can sit in the middle seat and they can have their own personal private area, and then you got the one that can sit in the back, and then obviously you got the front 2 seats here. But with that being said, you know, this particular vehicle is a all-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive. The twin turbo, I think it's a 3.5 V6 twin turbo. So you know, so it has a decent amount of horsepower. It gets you around. You know, my wife thinks it's fast, but it's not really that fast. But it can still get you. You know, it can still move you through traffic, which is the good thing. But anyway, let's take you around the car, man. So this car, pretty much, this car itself has, like I said, this is the Sport with the I forget what package, like 43A package, which is all the blind spot monitoring and everything else. But this, I gotta put gas in this car too. But you can see the odometer we have right now. We currently have 44,561 miles on this car, so we do drive it, obviously. But you have everything else here that you need, man. You have all the infotainment center. You got navigation. We got navigation and everything else. We also have, you know, all of the cooled seats, heated seats on both sides here. You got the dual climates, obviously, max, obviously all your AC buttons and everything else. The good thing about this, well, one of the things about this car as well is that because it is, you know, highly optioned, pretty much as much as you can get a Ford Explorer. We also have all of the ambient lighting. You know, that you probably, little things like this that you probably wouldn't even think about with the Ford Explorer, but you got ambient lighting that you could do. You could change different colors, so on and so forth. Let me see what else. You also have, we also have heated steering wheel. As you can see, obviously you got the heated seat, or cooled seats, heated seats, like I said before. All your entertainment stuff. You got your phone and everything else. So it's pretty cool. Take you around the car. On this side over here, you got your dome light, you got your fog lights, obviously you got your automatic lights in the front. As you guys can see when it was driving, or even when I was doing the film around, you can see that the lights are all LED. The what do you call it? The fog lights are also LED and everything else. Over here we have memory seating 1, 2, and 3. So you got 3 different memory seatings, which is pretty good because as you guys can see, if you guys seen in my other video. I have the other car that does not have memory seats, and it totally sucks because my wife obviously she sits a lot closer to the steering wheel than I do, and whenever she drives the other car, I go back in the car, and half the time I forget that she drove it, so I'm like literally sitting in the car, and then I get squished, and I'm all up on the steering wheel, and I hate it. So, so it's cool that you got the memory seats because then that way, obviously, it's easy to say, oh, the seat is close or whatever. Boom, you hit the button, and it goes that way. Like I said, the memory seats is one of the things that you take for granted when you have it, but then when you don't have it, you get pissed. So, but anyway, let's check out the rest of the car. You got all the tinted windows and everything else, but in the back seats, let me see if I can I'll put the window downs for you guys. The front 2 windows are automatic up, automatic down. As you can see, we got the back seats here. This is all leather stitching, or leather with the red stitching on it. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, that's part of I think that's part of the Sport package, that it has the black leather or whatever color leather, and then you have the red stitching. Again, like I said, you got the third row back there. Hopefully you guys can see it. No, I sit back there so they can see how it looks when you guys sit.
They're spacious.
It's pretty spacious, right? Look, you can see as he's sitting. You know, some cars like if you look like at the Chevy, Tahoes, and things like that, although they're nice cars, but the reason why we didn't go for those is because like the third row seating, like it was almost like you're sitting on the floor. Even like the Cadillac, the Escalade, the third row seating is like they're sitting on the floor. Like an adult would not sit comfortably back there. And even like kids that are bigger than, you know, 5 or 6 years old, they probably won't fit that good because their knees are literally to their chest. So we picked this one because one of the things about Ford, even the Expedition had it where the back row, they're sitting in a normal seating position. So that was pretty cool. So you have, again, your third row seating. You can see Noah sitting pretty comfortably back there. We also have You have all you back here. We got 2 USB ports.
For chargers.
Yep, the kids love this. This area back here. You also have a regular plug in here, so they can bring their regular plugs and charge their phones or whatever the case if they need to. Down here you got 2 cup holders, and that's pretty much it. Then you got the pockets here, of course, in the back of the seat. One of the things obviously that we have with this car is the panoramic sunroof. That's pretty nice too, and it's it's not tinted, but it's you know, it's like darkened glass basically. So it's pretty cool. When we, being that we did the rest of the car, tinted the rest of the car, it, you know, it blocks out a lot of the sun. So you need that here in Florida. Let's move on to the back. Before we move to the back, obviously, so you have here on the top, you forgot to show these. You also have the vents on top here. So that's for, you know, for the AC vents. You got 2 in the back as well on the top. Oh, and then you got some speakers back there behind the pillars. If you can see them right there. You got speakers behind the pillars, so that way so the people in the back can hear what's going on and be back there booming around. Enjoy the music. What's that?
Even speakers right here.
Oh yeah, and the speakers in the back of the doors right there. Right here. Let's move to the back. So again, because like I said, this car is it's kind of optioned pretty well. So you have the automatic. Oh, first, this is the EcoBoost 4-wheel drive. As I said before, EcoBoost 4-wheel drive. It is the Sport. Yeah, the automatic tailgate. So that goes up automatically. And like I said, we use this car. This is our personal vehicle. So I didn't make it all pretty and everything else for you guys. So you can see back here we have our soccer chairs that we use. Oh, look at that, it's still dirty. Umbrellas because it gets hot outside when we're sitting in the sun watching these kids play. Oh. But yeah, so this is the back. As you can see in the back, man, we have, well, you got another speaker back here, kind of like a little subwoofer. You have another like cigarette lighter, you know, so you could plug something in back here if there was a kid back here, you know, or somebody sitting in the back and they need to, you know, put the little charging thing or cigarette lighter. They got one back here that it could reach there easily. You have all of your different positions for these back seats. So you have normal, stow, fold, and then this is, so obviously you control either the left seat if you push it down, or the right seat if you push it up. You can see that here, left seat, right seat, or you leave it in the middle for both. I'll show that to you right now. So if we leave it in the middle for both, obviously you got your normal, and then you got your stow here. So if you hit stow, this is what happens. You see the seats fold, right? Boom, just like that. Then you gotta, and then obviously you could fold the other 2 seats as well. If you need to fold the other 2 seats down, you could do that, and then you have a whole big area that you can, you know, that you can bring cargo in, or if you need to pick something up from Home Depot or something like that, it's easy to do. Obviously in the back seats you also have, you got cup holders there, cup holders on the other side for the other passenger. If you need to, you could just do it fold, and it'll fold back up by normal by itself. And there you go. And then you could just fold it, and then that way if you need to just use this little area right here, if you need to put something, you could do that. Or if you want to go back to normal, you can go back to normal, and then it'll come back up. There you go. And then again, so let's say if you only wanted to do one side, I will only do one. But if you only wanted to do one side, you could do that. Let's say I wanted to just fold one side, and there you go. It will just fold one side. And you do all that with a touch of a button. If I wanted to do stow, only one side would stow, right? Lay flat, and then the other side would stay normal. And that's that. We've actually used this a couple times. It comes in handy because, right, guys, whenever we do traveling or anything else, one of the kids will sit back here. They will put a bunch of luggage or whatever we need right here, or one of the dog crates or something else, and we'll put all that stuff right there. And one of the kids are sitting in this seat here, and everybody's still riding comfortably. Then we still have the 2 seats in the front.
And sometimes when we're going to a beach or something and I'm tired, I just do this.
There you go. You see? And then you can lay down comfortably, right? Exactly. So all we got to do to bring that back up, put it back on to both, and we can do normal and let it come back up, and we're good to go. And that's it. Bring that back up there like so, and that's it. All right, so here we are back in the car, and as I told you, this is a 1 touch up, 1 touch down. So the windows go back up as so. Pretty easy. One touch up, one touch down. Now, seatbelt. Safety first as always. You want to hold that for me, Gianni?
Got you.
Ooh, it is hot out here in Florida today. We are in October, and it is blazing hot, like 91 degrees. We do not have a fall season in Florida. It just does not happen. Our fall season is like December, January, where it gets down to about 40, which is everybody else's winter. That's our fall. About 40 degrees around January, December, January, whatever. And that's
more like 50.
Yeah, that's true. About 50-ish. If it gets to 40, 35, 40, everybody's like, calling out from work and school and everything else, and like I said, all the plants die and everything else. But anyway, driving the car, man, driving the car is pretty smooth. We haven't had any issues at all with powertrain or anything else. So the transmission is very smooth. Driving the car as far as the power and everything else is pretty smooth as well. So with this car, you have, like anything else, you got your cruise control, you got your, you can have all your buttons. You have all your buttons here. That you can control your radio with. You got your cruise control on this side. You can go through your options over here, whatever you want to do as far as what you want to see on your, on your screen, on your dash over here. You got your RPMs, digital RPM, whatever the case. Then you obviously you have. You got all your modes over here if you want, whatever you want to see as far as settings, fuel economy, you can see that if you want. Display mode or whatever the case, you can see that. So, and then on this side, whatever you want to show over here as far as navigation, entertainment, you got your phone, whatever you want to see, you can pretty much see that as well while you're driving. So, that's pretty cool. And then one of the other things you got with this car, I mean, a lot of the cars have that nowadays as well. Is like if you want to change lanes, all you got to do is just tap it once, and you'll blink 3 times, so that way you don't have to put it all the way up or down or whatever. It's pretty much a signal to change lanes. Yeah. So one of the things I forgot to show you guys. Well, here goes the hazard lights. You also have your parking, your parking assist. You can turn that off or on. You also have a front camera if you need to do a front camera. Well, actually, that's the rear camera. Is that no? That's the front camera. I'm sorry. So you got the front camera. So obviously, you could do like little lines if you want, or you could just do it normal. You could turn it back off. Or you got the front camera if you need to see, like, obviously as you're getting closer to like a curb or something. If you're getting closer to a curb, you can see how close you are. Obviously, it has the rear camera as well. So if I put it in reverse, I can see behind me. You have the lines there, kind of guides you or whatnot. You can put it. Look at that. You could do it closer, or you could do it normal. So there you go. On the side over here, as I showed you before, you got the blind spot monitoring. It's also heated, but the blind spot monitoring definitely helps a lot. Other than that, you got the engine start stop. Obviously, this car is push start. Obviously, it's push start there, so you got your start stop. There's the key fob here. Pretty cool key fob. This car is equipped with the remote start. So as most cars are nowadays, you just hit the lock button, hit that twice, and the car will start. You got your trunk right here. You can pop open automatically. Oh, one cool thing I did want to show you guys with this car. I didn't show you guys this. Let me show you guys this. Oh, that's because I got the key fob. One thing I could do with this, and you got to forgive me because I do have my slides on. But one thing I could do with this, if I got the key close to me, all I have to do is wave. Now it's making me look bad. Oh, there you go. Let me do that again. All I got to do is have the key fob next to me, if I have it in my pocket or whatever. And all I got to do is wave my foot under. Wave my foot under. I don't know why that took so long, but yeah, I wave my foot under and and it opens up. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature to have. That way, if you have like groceries or whatever in your hand, and you know you can't get your key out or you can't hit the button or whatever, you just wave your foot under and it goes up. So that's pretty cool feature to have on the car. All right, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna demonstrate the remote start because I mean a lot of cars have that nowadays. It's nothing. That's nothing new. Up here we do have our 3 buttons. This is for the shade. So if you want to put the shade up, slide the shade up and back, you can do that. This is for the actual glass. If you want to, open up the actual sunroof, you could do that. It does have a windscreen as well. Comes automatically with that. And then obviously then you got your tilt. So if you want to, all in your face, right? So if you want to put it back and then you just want to have it tilted, you could do that as well. So we normally keep it down because it's so hot here in Florida that we can't listen. See, look, even he's back there with the sun in his eyes, and we don't even have it open. So we're gonna go ahead and close the shade. Right, Noah? The better, right? We're gonna go ahead and close the shades. And with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and close this video as well, man. Thank you guys for checking out the video again. Definitely appreciate it. Make sure you guys hit the comment, or make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, share the video, and everything else, man. Got some more and more dope content that's coming out with you guys. I got a couple of friends with some dope cars, and obviously I made a couple connections with some dealerships as well, man. So we're gonna go out there and get some dope content, man. Appreciate you guys supporting thus far. And like I said, let's keep it going, man. I'll check you on the next one, man, later. Actually, so now that we're back, now that I'm back in the garage, and don't mind the noise of the car. Obviously, I got the car on, but now that I'm back in the garage, you can actually see a little bit of the ambient lighting. So you can kind of see how it glows red in the cup holders. You can come up here and change the color to whatever you want. See how that changed to blue, kind of like a purple, green. I mean, you have all kind of colors, man. You see, it's like a darker blue. You got purple. This is the color I like the best. You have an orange. Back to blue again, like a deeper blue. Red, so on and so forth. That's the color I like the best. And also, you could, if you come over here, you can see like the it lights up right here on the door pillars as well. So yeah, man. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice for, like I said, for the type of how much you pay for the car is not that. I mean, they're a lot more expensive than it used to be, but they're not that expensive, and you still get a pretty good deal out the car. Like I said, it has a lot of options. Everything you want, has everything you want and more, everything that you need. Like I said, we think it's the perfect family vehicle for the average consumer. But anyway, appreciate you guys checking in again, man. See y'all later.